What the cash bail system does, however, is fail to meet either of those goals. It reduces the question of someone's freedom down to one thing, which is how much money you have. And that has terrific collateral consequences for a lot of innocent people.
The Eighth Amendment begins with the words, "Excessive bail shall not be required." In this documentary, we will go in depth on that clause and whether or not it is truly implemented in our court system today.
Money bail is a system by which people who are believed to be flight risks or unlikely to make their court date have some amount of cash held until they arrive in court.
For those unable to pay the cash up front, there are 3 options available. They can sit in pretrial detention, where they may lose their jobs, shelters, and families. They can borrow money from bail bondsmen, who require that they pay it back with interest, regardless of their innocence. Or they can take a guilty plea, which is usually offered with a deal. No jail time, but a permanent blot on their record.
Our clients work at jobs where if you're absent, you're fired. Our clients live in shelters or in transitional housing, places where if you're not there for the night, your place is gone. So there are a lot of different ways in which incarceration, even for a short period of time, can really destroy someone's life.
The implementation of bail into our justice system was originally meant as a way to allow those released on bail to better prepare a defense argument due to being unhampered by the accused being in holding. The bail system was also originally made so that there could be no infliction of punishment on the accused until an actual guilty verdict was announced. The idea of prohibiting the practice of excessive bail originally came from the English Bill of Rights Act. The English Bill of Rights Act, passed in 1689, served as a precedent for our own Bill of Rights, and its influence on it can be seen in the way we handle excessive bail. While the English version closely resembles ours, there are some key differences. Most notably, while the English version was made to make sure that bail should not be excessive in the cases where proper bail is merited, our version allows for more ambiguity and therefore more flexibility pertaining to excessive bail.
This flexibility, though, has led to major violations of liberty. This violation of liberty can best be seen in the court case of Stack versus Boyle. The controversy around the case occurred in 1951 when 12 members of the Communist Party in Southern California were arrested and bail was set at $50,000 for each accused member. This was considered controversial at the time because this $50,000 was an excessive amount that even other major crimes such as armed robbery did not fetch for bail. This clear violation of excessive bail led to major reform, as in 1966, the Bail Reform Act was passed and President Johnson admitted that it had been a problem that had for too long been ignored due to the threat it poses on the well-being of lower-class citizens.
Example, a 16-year-old in New York who was arrested for taking a knapsack. He shouldn't have taken a knapsack, was thrown into Rikers Island and had a $3,000 bail, of which he or his family could not pay. And during that time there was abuse, and this youngster suffered. At 19 going on 20, he was finally released, no action taken against him. And tragically, 2 weeks after he was released, this young man committed suicide.
The worst part about excessive bail is that the individuals who are charged with the bail have not yet been tried by a court of law. These individuals, some of which are innocent, are forced to remain in jail for extended periods of time while they're awaiting trial. While this time passes, their lives begin to crumble.
So, $500,000 bail, $1 million bail. If I set a bail on you and I know you can't make it, that's an excessive bail. That violates the Eighth Amendment of the Constitution. It violates the presumption of innocence. It wasn't, in my opinion, an honest, intelligent system.
For some time now, states have been allowed to be laboratories of new legislation and issues not yet pressed on the national stage. Bail reform has had a major breakthrough in New Jersey, where they've implemented an entirely alien system from that which the rest of the country relies upon. The courts of New Jersey no longer are required to issue bail. They've abolished cash bail, and they rely upon a new computer algorithm to decide whether a defendant should be allowed to go free, to go to jail, or to be monitored. It's a very promising system that has produced results so far. It remains to be seen if this is the solution to the problem inherent to our bail system.
So I'm satisfied that I'll release him on level 3. Condition of your release though, and I very rarely do this, you have to be employed. All right? We're going to monitor you now.